Raju, you're following this
Yeah,
diagram?
yes. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now tell me, whenever we click on the buttons in the HTML pages or JSP pages, always request is passing through servlet. Yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
What is the servlet name? What is servlet name?
Front control.
F controller. Yes or no?
F
What is the
control.
servlet name? F controller.
Yeah,
F
yes.
control.
You guys are with me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
F controller. Who has written the F controller? We have written the F controller. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
You guys are with me? Who has written the F controller?
Yeah,
We have written the F controller.
we have.
Okay, but coming to the Spring, I'm going to the Spring. Okay, this servlet, it's not an F controller servlet. Okay, now the Spring is giving one inbuilt servlet for us. That servlet is called dispatcher servlet. You can let me know. Small change.
Yeah.
What is the change?
Okay.
Dispatcher,
Dispatch server.
dispatch servlet. That I'm going to use now. Okay, now
Okay.
whenever we click on the create, okay, whenever we click on this, okay, look at now. What are the servlet functionalities? You remember that? What are the servlet functionalities? What a servlet is doing whenever you click on the button. Whenever we click on the button, what servlet is doing? Can anyone tell me? Ask guys.
It is passing the.
Request
It
to
is
request to our controller. Okay, what it is doing?
yes, sir.
Add employee. What is the add employee is doing? Retrieving the data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Retrieving the
Yes, sir.
data. Creating model object. Placing the data into the model object. Okay, passing that model object to
Yes, sir.
CEO. You guys are with me?
Real class. Yes, sir.
Anyone is having any questions on this?
No, sir.
Guys, you are following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, look at now. Okay. Now coming to here, where written the F controller? We have written the F controller. But Spring is
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Spring is using web servlet. Okay. Now web inbuilt web servlet. The servlet is called dispatcher servlet. Look at now. Dispatcher servlet in Spring. Dispatcher servlet in Spring. Are you able to see dispatcher servlet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
What is superclass for dispatcher servlet? What is superclass?
Framework, sir.
Framework servlet superclass what? HTTP servlet B. What is superclass what is? HTTP servlet.
HP server.
Already we discussed. Okay, if you go for F controller, F controller is extending for which servlet?
HTTP, sir.
HTTP servlet. If any class which is inheriting from HTTP servlet, that class is called servlet class. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now it's available in which package? org.springframework.web.servlet. Clear? Now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
dispatch servlet. Now I'm going to use this dispatch servlet now. Right? The first thing we need to do. The second one is how many ways we can configure the servlet? Two ways. One is through annotation, second one is through XML. Yes or no? If it is
Yes, sir.
annotation, add the rate web servlet annotation. If it is
Yes, sir.
XML, you remember that which XML file? Web content in the web.inf, the web.xml file. You are
Yes, sir.
with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the web.xml file. In the web.xml file, which tag we are going to use? Servlet tag and servlet mapping tag. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Raju.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now, this F controller is our class. Now, instead of F controller, now I'm going to configure dispatcher servlet. Okay, now tell me how many ways you can configure the servlet?
Two ways.
Two ways. What is the first way?
First one is by using web.xml file and
Second one is annotation. Can I say like that?
annotation.
One is through XML,
Yes, sir.
second one is through annotation.
Annotation.
Raju, you are
Yes, sir.
following? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But when we use the dispatcher servlet, can I use the annotation? Because we cannot use the annotation. Because dispatcher servlet is not our servlet. You understood what I'm trying to say? Dispatcher servlet
Yes,
is not our servlet. So that if you want to go for annotation configuration, we need to place the annotation within the class. Yes or no? Within the class. So that for the dispatcher servlet, okay, annotation configuration is not sufficient. Then we have to go for web.xml. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Go for
Yes.
XML. Keep in mind. Now, these are ways we are going to configure the class now. Just try to understand this. Here, right. I'm going for Spring. Okay, we are going to kill the web MVC web application. Web application. I'm going to create web application using Spring. You are with
Spring.
me? Okay. Step one.
Yes, sir.
Which project we have to create? Dynamic
Web project.
Project.
project. This is the first step we should do. Second step. Okay, adding required libraries. Required. I'm going for Maven project. Adding required dependencies. Listen with me. Third one.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Third one. Do you want to create a servlet?
No, we already have.
Okay.
Why? Because it's already provided.
Instead of we are creating. Okay. Need to configure. Okay. Need to configure which servlet? Need to configure which servlet?
Dispatcher.
Dispatcher servlet in web.xml file.
XML.
XML.
Plus need to write Java controller. Java controller means it's not a servlet. Already told you it's simple Java class. You remember that? It's employee
Yes.
controller. Employee controller is a servlet class or normal Java class?
It's a normal Java class.
Normal Java class. That I'm going to write. Okay. Fifth step. Okay. Writing DAO class. DAO class. Okay. Sixth step. Okay. That's it. Writing DAO class. Okay. If you want to write this one, writing DAO class. Okay. DB connection class. Bear with me. And
Yes.
Yes, sir. Model
okay.
class.
Next. Writing HTML file, JSP file. Yeah. These things we are going to discuss this. With me now?
Yes.
Yeah. In between. Okay. After configuring the dispatcher servlet .xml file, we need to go for one more step here. I'm calling it for 3.1. Need to configure Spring configuration file also. Spring configuration file. Okay. One is web.xml file. Second one is called Spring configuration file. Okay. Web.xml file. I'm calling it's called web application configuration file. With me, web application configuration file. Okay. These are the ways these steps we need to follow. Shall we try now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Take the control. Tell me. File. New. Otherwise, what we'll do? Okay. I'll convert the existing project into the Maven project. Can I? That also we can do.
Yes.
I can convert existing project also my own project. Okay, but better I'll go with the Maven project. New, other Maven,
Maven.
Maven project.
Maven project.
Next, which you want to take? Archetype quick start you want to take or web app you want to take?
Web app.
Web app. Next, okay, comrade info. My project name is called simple example. I can say now employee demo. Is that clear now? Project name is called employee demo. Okay, just remove these things. Info. Finish. It's my project. I'm creating the application project now. It's creating your space. You can observe my down right corner. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Create the project structure now. It takes some time. Yeah, done. See, refresh. Open this web app. Index.jsp page. Are you able to see screen of JSP page also? Okay.
Yes.
So here is right click, add the server. Okay, we didn't add the server here. Where's the build path? Configure build path. Add library. Okay, server runtime. Next, project tomcat. Finish. You need to add server library for this. Apply. Okay, I'm done. No errors now. You guys are with me? Yeah. Next.
Yes.
Immediately go to the web.xml file. web.inf. Are you able to see web.xml file here? Open the web.xml file. Okay, it's going to use some. Okay, something is going to use. Leave it. Okay. Now here, tell me which tag we are going to use. Servlet tag.
So
Come on, guys.
Servlet. Yeah.
Servlet.
Servlet tag is on how many tags? Servlet name. Yes or no? Servlet
Yeah.
class. Okay. There's one more tag is called servlet mapping.
Mapping.
Okay. Servlet name. Common tag. You know these all things, right? URL pattern. My URL pattern
Yes,
is
sir.
start.html. Okay. Which class you want to invoke? I want to invoke dispatcher servlet. But dispatcher servlet is an inbuilt servlet or pretty user defined servlet?
Inbuilt.
Inbuilt, sir.
Inbuilt in which package? org dot spring framework dot web dot
Web.servlet.
that we need to specify here. You guys are with me? Which package?
Yes.
Which package name we need to specify? Same like F controller. You remember that we configured F controller?
Com.info.
Com.info controller.f controller. Same way.
Yeah.
F controller is our user defined servlet. It is predefined servlet. And there is one common name. Can I write common name anything? Yes. But I'm going to give the common name is called employee. You are with me? Employee. Enough. This is called configuring dispatcher servlet in the web.xml file. Any questions, anyone?
Yes.
Which are with me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm done. Okay, next. I'm going to write one Spring configuration file now. Okay, when you are going to write a Spring configuration file, okay, generally Spring configuration file we are giving our own names: beans.xml, springs.xml, collection.xml. These are no.
Yeah.
Okay, but keep in mind this here when you are writing the Spring configuration file, we need to follow some naming convention. What is the servlet name I have given?
Employee.
Employee. Okay, then your Spring configuration file name must be employee hyphen servlet.xml. Hyphen servlet.xml is fixed. Suppose if you are okay, servlet name is 123. Tell me what's your file name now? 123 hyphen
Servlet.xml.
servlet.xml. Is your file name? Okay,
Yes, sir.
my servlet name is employee. Tell me what is your Spring configuration file now? Employee hyphen servlet.xml.
Employee hyphen servlet.
Okay, right click on the web enough. Right click on the web enough. New other Spring configuration file. Then Bean configuration file. Next.
Bean. Employee.xml.
Employee hyphen servlet dot.
Servlet.xml.
.xml.
Employee hyphen servlet.xml. Is it clear now?
.xml.
Next.
Yes, sir.
Next. Finish. Look at now. We didn't get any schema. You observe that? Did you observe that?
Yes.
Are you getting any namespaces? Look at now.
No, sir. We didn't got any.
Because we didn't add any jar files. You are with me.
Yeah. Yes.
We didn't add any jar files. Okay. Now I want to add some jar files now. Go to pom.xml file dependencies. Okay. Go to pom.xml. Now look at now. This dependency we are going to add now. By default, which dependency is there? By
JUnit.
JUnit is there. Okay. Now along with JUnit, I want to add some other things. If you want to remove the JUnit, you can remove the JUnit also. It's up to you. Okay. Now go to the Google. Okay. MVL repository. Okay. Now here, tell me which jar file we added. Spring context. You remember that?
Spring context.
Okay.
4.1.
If you add a Spring context 4.3.11, whatever you want to add, you can add.
4.3.11.
Okay. Now, okay, I'm going with the 4.3.11 or 4.3.10. Whatever you want to add, you can add. Right? I'm going to add this one now. Now, whenever you add a Spring context, okay, when you add a Spring context jar file, do you think that only one jar file is depending? Do you think that only one jar file is downloading?
We got 6 of them.
Okay. Okay, more than one jar file. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, Java resources, libraries, Java libraries. Because now all the jar files came into the picture here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Spring context is only for Spring core concepts. But we want to go for web application. Yes or no? Web
Yes,
application.
sir.
Then we need to add one more jar file. That jar file is called Spring Web MVC. Okay, Spring Web is also there. When you add a Spring Web MVC, Spring Web also will come automatically. Okay, I'm going for 4.3.10. Which jar file we are adding now? Which jar files are adding? Spring web MVC.
MVC.
Bear with me.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, save this program. After the jar files, downloading jar files. Okay, two jar files came. Spring web MVC. Two jar files came up.
Mm. Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Two jar files came. Those two things we need to take care. Yeah. What we did till now, we created the project. We add the required library.
Added dependencies.
We configure the dispatcher servlet. Okay, we need to configure the Spring configuration file.
Spring.
Okay,
Okay.
go for Spring configuration file. If you go for source, again, if you go for namespace, right click, refresh. Actually, it's not coming.
Sir, that Spring context and other one you are they available in directly in STS, sir? We installed STS library, right?
It's not available in STS library. Okay, once you add the jar files, then only it will come.
So Spring context must be added, no, sir?
We should add that one because we are going to use the annotations. Annotations are enabled only through that, right?
Okay, sir.
Next. Employee servlet dot xml. Are you able to see schema now?
Yes, sir.
Schema not. Beans,
Yes.
context. I want these two things, beans and context. Next, finish.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys with me? Context also we added now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Next. I'm going with the source main Java. Okay. Right click new. Do you want to create any servlet now? Do you want any create any
Why?
servlet? Not required. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Not required, right? Already
Yes, sir.
configured one servlet.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
PHP.
You are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We
Yeah,
don't
got
need any
it.
servlet. Right click new.
Dispatcher servlet.
Simple Java class I'm going to create. Is it clear now? Simple Java
Okay.
class. Info dot controller. Okay. My controller name is called employee controller. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes. It's my simple controller class. Right click, new class. I'm going to create one DAO class. Okay, employee DAO. Any questions? Right click, new class. I'm going to create one employee model class.
Test model.
You are with me? Simple. Look at
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
okay, I'm going to create a classes. Different packages. Okay, I'm going to create one factory. I want to call it's called DB
Connection.
Connection.
and that. Okay, I'm not doing anything, guys. All the classes are created now. Okay, everything I created now, right? Now, go to the employee web. I'm copying and pasting here now. I will not do anything here. Go to the model. Go to the employee class. You are with me? Just I'm copying this entire thing. Uh, employee class. What is employee class? And I'm going to paste here now. You are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Employee class I created now. My employee class is done. Then I'm going for a DB connect. Do you want any explanation for this?
No, sir.
Yeah. DB connection. Just I'm going for DB connection. Just I'm going to paste it here now. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm done this DB connection also. Okay. Go to the DAO, employee DAO. In employee DAO, just I'm taking the connection. I'm taking till add employee method.
Okay, sir.
Enough. You are with me?
Yeah.
Add employee method. Anyone is having any doubts?
No, no, sir.
Yeah. Employee DAO. Okay. Employee DAO. Employee DAO also created now. Okay. Till this point, I'm okay now. Okay. I'm creating right click, refresh. Okay. DB connection. Do you want any explanation of the DB connection?
No,
Last
sir.
case.
No, sir.
No.
Everything's
Okay. Now, employee class. Okay. Employee DAO. In employee DAO, what we have created? Connection. Employee DAO. Now, okay. Who is invoking the employee DAO? Employee controller is invoking the employee DAO. You are with me?
Yeah.
I'm creating the employee controller object. I'm Okay, I'm creating the employee controller object, sorry, constructor. Inside this, okay, I'm creating the employee DAO, EDAO, right? I'm creating the EDAO object, DAO, employee DAO. You are with me? Okay.
Yes.
Two, I'll take the employee controller. Tell me, employee controller. Which method we are taking in the employee controller? The DAO what method we are taking? Add employee. Can you help me now? Public void add employee. You are with me? Okay. It's taking how many parameters? Can you help me? HTTP server request.
Yeah.
Response. Tell me. First step. First step. Can you help me fast? Throw. Okay. This is like DO. This is like okay, do get method. But these all things are not required. I'll show you now. IO exception.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you help me now? Add employee. What a first step? Request dot taking the data from where? You are with me.
Get parameters.
What is doing?
Get parameters.
What a first step? First
Taking
step.
data from.
Extracting the data from the request object or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's now extracting data from the request object.
Yeah.
Not forget about these all things, guys.
Yes.
Extracting data from which object? Request object. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Creating model object and placing the data into the model object. Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next step. Okay, go to the controller. Right? Now after that, pass the data to whom? Model.
D.
Sorry, DMO. You are with me?
Yeah. Yes.
Then based on the request, based on the response, it's taking the decision. Yeah. If anyone is having any questions, you can ask now. Add employee. Same way, check employee. You are with me?
Yeah.
Same way, check employee. It's a check employee. Okay?
Okay. Sir.
Okay. Same way, get all employees.
Okay. Sir.
Get all employees. Okay? The employee DAO, which I'm copying and pasting the code. Okay? Check employee, get all employees. I'm taking up to here now. DAO. Just I'm not doing anything, guys. Just I'm doing the copy paste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are a list. Because we are looking for all question. Okay, look at now. It's changing the Java versions here. JRE, which version we are using? JRE system library, MVC. I'm changing the version of Java here.
Yes.
Project facets in this dynamic module. Okay, show the 3.1 module. Oh, 3.0. No, it's the old version it's taking. Taking the old version. Okay, look at me. Java version which was taking 1.8. Java version is 1.8. Please note down these all things. Apply. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. I change the version of the Java. Yeah. DU employee controller. You are with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Now tell me. Okay. I written these all things. Now. Okay. It's acting like do get method, right? Do get two pairs of servlet, right? Is that no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But here we no need to throws. Okay. Throws servlet exception and IO exception is not required because it is a servlet. It is not a your servlet. No, let it be like this.
Yeah. Inbuilt.
We'll come to that point later. We'll come to that point later. Yeah. Now, tell me, what is our controller flow? Who is invoking the DAO?
Employee controller.
Employee controller. Who is invoking the employee controller?
dispatcher servlet.
In the previous example, okay, employee control is invoked by our F controller. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Our F controller. In our F controller, we have created the controller object and we invoke the appropriate method. Yes or no? We invoked appropriate method. Okay, what I'm trying to say is F controller written by us, we have created the F controller. Okay, so that we have created the employee controller object so that we call the our own methods. But now we are not using the F controller, we are using dispatcher servlet. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in this example, what is this now? Dispatcher servlet. But dispatcher servlet is not our code. Yes or no?
Yes.
Come on, guys. Dispatcher, Ajay, Raghu, you're following?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes,
The
sir.
dispatcher alert is not our code. Then, okay, where dispatcher alert should identify our controller or not? Controller or not? Okay, in order to identify this controller, we need to mark the controller is annotation is called controller annotation. What is annotation?
Controller.
Control.
What is the annotation?
Controller annotation.
Controller annotation. We are going to use the annotation called controller annotation. Look at now. Controller from the stereotype. Simple thing is, you are writing one Java class. That Java class must be identified by a controller. Dispatcher servlet. The Java class must be identified by a dispatcher servlet. If you want to achieve that, the Java class must be annotated with @controller annotation. Am I clear now? Next, the Java class is having multiple methods or not? Only one method.
Multiple method.
Multiple methods. How your method is going to be identified? The method is going to be identified by an annotation called request mapping annotation. What is annotation? Request mapping.
Request mapping.
Okay. In this request mapping, what is the URL? Okay, generally we are giving the URL, right? If it is the create page, your URL will be /create.htm. Is that clear now? Coming to here, okay, at the rate request mapping, your methods are identified with the annotation is called request mapping annotation.
Request mapping.
This is called check.htm. You are with me? At the rate request mapping, please try to understand the changes, guys. I am modifying the F controller application. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
HTML. Enough. Now tell me, how your Java class will be identified? What annotation?
By using
Request
controller.
How your method will be differentiated? How your method will be identified?
By using request mapping annotation.
Okay, I'm not writing any JSP pages. Yes, home page. You apply. I'm copying those pages and I'm going to place into the look at now in SRC. There's a main. In the main, there's a web app. In the web app place, I'm going to place it now. Try to understand the locations. You are with me? Clear? Okay. Now, these are ways. Create employee.html. In the create employee.html, what is the URL?
create.html.
Create.html. Okay. In the login, what is the URL? Check.html. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now the view employee.jsp is showing some error. Can you guess why this error? What is the reason? Some jar file is missing. Guess. What happened, guys?
JSTL jar file.
JSTL is missing or not?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go to the JSTL. Try to add the JSTL. Great. We should identify in that way. Okay. Okay. Now look at now. JSTL is in two multiple versions. Go for Java X.Servlet always.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. Don't go for Java X.Servlet.jsp. Go for only for Java X.Servlet. From this 1.2, the latest version. Okay. Copy this. Go to the dependencies. Pom.xml. Open the pom.xml. Okay. Place it here now. Save it. Once you save it, the dependency will come automatically. Okay, JSTL dependency came here. Okay, if you go for your HTML file, do you have any error now?
No.
Do you have any error? No.
No.
Okay, that is one thing. And the next thing is we need to add some jar files. One more jar file. What is the jar file? Oracle jar file we need to add or not?
Yes, sir.
We need to add Oracle jar file. Okay, but for Oracle jar file, we don't have the proper things because I'm going to use the 10 version. For 10 version, that we don't have proper dependency. Okay, these things. Okay, which version I'm going to use? 10. I hope some of you are using 11 version. If you are using the 11 version, you can download it. You can use the jar file dependency from here.
Okay, sir.
OJDBC 7. You can access. You can directly add this jar file. This jar file you can add. Okay, if you are using the MySQL, you can use the MySQL jar file. Some of you are using the MySQL also. You can go for
Yes.
MySQL jar file, MySQL connector jar file, and the latest version of 5 point and something. But I'm going to use the 10 version. The 10 version dependency I can add directly. So that what I'm going to do. Okay, right click. I'm adding manually. You guys are with me? Build path,
Yes.
configure build path. I'm adding manually this jar file. Jars. I'm going for OJDBC 14, open, apply, okay. Because I'm using Oracle 10 version. You are with me?
Yes.
Select star from employee. Select star from employee. Sorry. System/manager. I'm connected to this now. Select star from employee. These are my records. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, now look at now. I want to open the login page directly whenever I run my application. What do you want to do? Whenever I run my application, I want to open the login page directly. Can you help me how to do that? Fast guys. Go to the web.xml file. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Remember I told you welcome file list. Yes or no? Okay. Welcome file. Here I'm going to write login.js. You are with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The content element table web must match. Okay. Display name. Oh, some list file is not working here.
I think you missed the connection, sir. We have to create one more connection, right?
Which connection?
No, sir. Before you wrote, yeah, the welcome file. There should be a servlet name to connect the both of them, right?
Thing is, here we are going to use the old version of web app. Old version of web app we are using. This is taking. Okay, I will tell you these all things. Because it's not using the schema version, it's using different version. What is this? Untitled this. Are you able to welcome list is coming now? You with me? It's a welcome file
Yes.
now. Okay, because it's going to use DTD type. DTD type. Okay, we'll spend some time on this later. Don't worry. Yeah. Now look at now. I'm going to run the application now. I'm running the application. Run on server. Okay. So I'm going to run this next. Move on. Finish. Okay. Please try to see the way I'm going to use in video. Are you following now? Please try to change these all things. Because I'm creating the web application by using what? Maven, right?
Yes, sir.
No. When you are creating the Maven, it's taking the old approach, old style. Bear with me. I'm
Okay,
going with
sir.
the new employees. I'm going with the new employee. Even this new employee, look at now. I'm going to enter some data now. 1007. 7 is there. 8. It is also there. 7 is not there now. 7. Okay. Now here I'm going to use Harani. Okay. Female. I'm going to enter salary 56,000. Harani. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm saying the field. What is saying that created HTML is not
I
found.
got it.
Yes or no? But we have placed the created HTML right in the employee controller. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
But look at now what we are using annotations. And I told you
Request.
in Spring by default annotations are in disable mode. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In Spring by default annotations are disable mode or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Help
We
me.
have.
How to do? What to do now? Hmm.
We have to make them enable by going to.
Excellent. Excellent. Tell me.
We have to use the.
Spring configuration file. Yes or no? Spring
Yes, sir.
configuration file. Go to this place. Component context component scan. Com dot info dot. controller. It's the base package. Is that no? Where your employee controller is available, where your is in the annotation, which package, com.info.controller.
Controller.
Okay, that I given now. This statement we need to write. Context component scan. Okay, component scan is a tag which is available in context schema. Right click, run on server. Okay. Yeah, let's now new employee 1007. Okay, now I'm going to write Kiri, mail, 56,000, Kiri, 1234, create. Yeah, it's showing some exceptions now. Lot of exceptions showing. Yes or no, null point exception is showing. Some other things is showing. Okay, what is null point exception? Where is null point exception? Look at now. Why is null point exception working handle methods? Java 8. You guys with me?
Yes.
Apply for the exception. Identify connection. We are not able to get a connection now. Connection, DB connection. One got inputted backly, DB connection. Why you are not getting the DB connection? It's not loading. Yes, why? What the reason? Connection equal to DB connection dot create connection. Oh, one thing is missing. What thing is missing? We added to the build path, but we need to add the deployment assembly, right? We should add to the deployment assembly, right? I told you, right? The web application, if the web application, we need to add to the deployment assembly also.
Also.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Finish,
sir.
apply. Okay. We need to add to the deployment assembly. Right click, run as, run on server. Create. Yeah, it's coming now. 1007 is created now. Come on, guys.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1007 is created. I'm going to log into this now. Kiran, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I able to log in now? Okay, you all employees, am I able to see now all the records?
Yes, sir.
You are with me.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now come
Yes,
to
sir.
the controller. Okay, come to the controller. Now tell me how your class will be identified by using which annotation?
Controller.
Red
Grid
controller.
control.
How your annotation, how your method will be identified?
Request mapping.
Red request mapping. Now, okay. Now what is the functionality of servlet? First step. What is the first step? Step 1.
Extracting the data.
Extracting the data from request object. Yes or no?
Yeah.
The second step. Second,
Creating model object.
creating model object. Third step. Place the data into the model object. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Yes, yes.
Fourth step. Come on, guys.
Creating. Yes, sir.
Passing the model object to
Passing
the DAO.
the
Okay.
yes.
Based on the result, we are taking the decision now. Yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
Now tell me how you are pushing your control from the controller to Okay, JSP page, login JSP page. How we are pushing? By using which concept?
Using request dispatcher.
Excellent. What is the
Request
concept? Request.
Request
request
dispatcher.
dispatch.
Instead of request dispatcher, in the Spring, we are going to use the concept like model and view. Able to see model and view?
Yes.
Okay, model and view. It's a class. Create an object for the model and view. MView equal to new model and view. Observe the differences, guys. We should create an object for the model and view. That's the first step. Second step is whatever message you want to send, that message you are adding to the model and view by using the object is called MView dot add object. Same thing like that, key and value. For the key, message is a key, this is the value. You are with me?
Yes.
What I'm going to use MView dot add object. After this, okay, MView dot one more method, set view name. Set view name. Here I'm going to write login.jsp. You are with me? Then no need to write
Yes.
these two things now. Request dispatcher is not required. We will not use request dispatcher in the Spring. Instead of request
Okay.
dispatcher, what we are using?
Model and view.
Model and view.
View. Okay, whatever object you want to pass, that is called add object. Okay, to where we are going, that's called view name. Okay, after this, okay, generally we are writing what? Forward, dispatcher dot forward. Instead of dispatcher dot forward, here we need to say return model and view. We need to return that. You guys are with me? Return
Yes.
MView. MView means what? Model and view. Then the return type must be not void. Return type must be model and view. This change we need to do.
Okay. Sir.
You understand now?
Yes.
Come on, guys. You are with me? Whenever you are not
Yeah.
using request dispatcher, this throws exception is not required. It's not required. It's your method. Whatever you want write, you can write. You understood now?
Okay.
Did I write any throws?
Yes.
Not required.
No, sir.
And the
Yeah.
next one is, did I use any response object in my method? Did I use any response object?
No, sir.
No. When I didn't use the response object, no need to write response object parameter. Not required. Take only one parameter, that's called request. This is
Okay.
not possible if you are writing your servlet, do get or do post. If the do get method, we have to write request and response whether you are using or you are not using. But here, this add employee is our own method. Whatever you want to write, you can write here. Is that clear?
Okay. Sir.
Bagu, Raju, you are
Yes, sir.
following?
Yes.
Same way here also.
Yes.
Same way here also. First step, what is servlet? First step, extracting data. Second step,
Sir.
creating model object. Third step, placing the data into the model object. Fourth step, passing the model object to the DAO. Yes or no? Based on the
Yes.
result, we are taking the action. Now here, create an object for the model and view. Model and view.
View.
MView equal to new model and view.
And
Is that clear now? Okay.
yes.
Then look at now. It's not required now. MView dot add object. Whatever data you want to pass, that's called user, that we need to pass to the add object. Then MView dot set view name. Okay, what's the view name here? Home dot JSP. Is that clear now? Not required dispatches are here. The same way here also. Look at now. MView dot add object. You are with me? What I'm trying to do? Okay.
Yes.
MView dot set view name. Here I'm going to write login dot JSP if it is failure. Did I use any request dispatcher now? Did I use any request dispatcher? No. Okay. We are returning the MView. Return type must be
And view. Model and view.
model and view. Right? We no need to throw the exception because we are not using the request dispatcher. Even response object is also not required.
Yes.
Questions? Come to this place also. Here also. Okay. Take the control. Create a model and view object. View. Okay. New. Any parameter you can take. Model and view. Okay. MView dot add object key. What is the key here? List of employees is key. What is the value? All employees is value. You are with me?
Yes.
MView dot next
Set.
set view name. What is the view name? View employees dot JSP. Any
Yes.
okay? Not required. Return MVO. The return type must be
Model and view.
view. Okay? No request dispatcher. No need throws exception. You are with me?
No.
No need response object also. Yes or no?
Oh. Yes.
Okay. Did you use request object in this method? Did you use request object? Anywhere did you use request object?
No, sir, we didn't use.
We didn't use request. You guys are with me. We didn't use request object.
Yes,
Even
sir.
if it is also not required. I'm saying that.
Okay.
You guys are with me? Here I use the request
Yes.
object.
Yes, sir.
What I taken? Okay, here I didn't use any request object. Don't take that.
Yeah. Okay.
You understood now, guys?
Yes.
Anyone is having any questions on this? If anyone is having any questions, you can ask me now. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I will try. Right click, run on server. Instead of request dispatcher, what we are using?
Model.
Model.
Model view.
View.
Model and view.
Model and view. Keep in mind.
View.
Below 1, 2, 3, 4. Are able to see? I'm able to log in now.
Yeah.
To all
Yes,
employees.
sir.
I'm able to display all the records. I'm done. Okay. Now tell me, what is the flow? What is the flow? First,
Make
login dot
create a dynamic web
that things. Login.jsp to where it's going. Dispatcher.
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 Dispatcher to where it's going. Employee.
Employee
Employee controller.
controller.
Employee control to where it's going. Employee
Model.
DAO.
DO.
Employee controller will use model. Which model? Employee model.
Employee model.
No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here internally it will use DB
DB
connection, and it's going to
Connection.
employee model also.
Okay.
Here it will go to the database. Yes or no?
Yeah.
This is the flow. Here now, try to understand the flow. Same way. Create employee PHP. Can you explain the flow? Where to go first?
Dispatch.
Dispatcher, servlet. From there,
Dispatcher.
employee controller. From there, employee DO. Same story.
DO. Database.
Same story. Yes or no? It is home.php. Tell me.
Dispatch alert. Employee.
Dispatch servlet. Always dispatch servlet. Employee controller.
DO.
Okay. Employee DO. I'm done. Can you complete this now?
Yes.
Okay. Where you are configuring the dispatcher servlet? Huh? Where you are configuring dispatch servlet?
Dot XML.
Web.xml na?
Yeah. Dot X. Yes.
No guys.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Right. What you are configuring the Spring configuration file?
You mean what are all libraries we are adding, sir?
No. In Spring configuration file, what you are configuring in Spring configuration file?
The Spring context and
Some.
or you're talking about the the XML files?
Context component scan, right?
Yes, sir. We have to for invoking the methods. Annotations, sorry. For invoking the annotations.
No. To enable annotations.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Can you complete this one now? You leave all things. Start working on this.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Can you guys?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
You leave all the things and start working on this. Can you complete these all things? I'm going to share this video in next 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You are with me.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Please
sir.
try to
Yes,
complete.
sir.
Please try to complete as early as possible this. because
Oh, okay.
in the next class again I'm going to modify a lot of things in this.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done. Okay, I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow at the same time.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.